Hello everyone and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3. In our random map, we are playing as Germany, still the leader of the Allied powers. We have just defeated nationalist Spain and helped Poland push through into the Netherlands and Bulgaria. We also have just been pushed out yet again of our Greek colony. It seems that the Netherlands have placed most, if not all, of their army in our Greek colony, and it's basically all we can do to hold them here with our 5th Corps of Infantry and the very noble Raven Corps. The Infantry Division, the 209th over there, led by the max skill Noble Raven. We had tried to push in there, but were pushed back because we were forced to begin supplying our own troops. As soon as we set foot in our own territory, Poland stopped shooting supplies our way, and this port is abysmal. It's just absolutely horrible. We cannot supply our army with this port here, so we need to basically take our original port back in order to take our original port back. So that's probably not going to happen. Luckily, though, I think that the Netherlands are not long for this world. We have just made a minor invasion here, and although we took a loss in that we lost an infantry division, 10,000 men, in attempting to defend this main island over here so we can actually get supplies over here, we have finally taken it back. We are defending now both from Turkestan and from any potential push from the Netherlands, and right now we're just waiting until we can get enough supplies over here that our troops aren't having out of supply penalties and just losing organization sitting there. So I think that if we really have two options at this point. We could wait for Poland to push up in this direction, and then just accept the fact that Poland is going to do its thing, or we can start to push ourselves. We have the moderately understrength Third Army. It has 3 full corps and 1 partially up to strength corps, including the 3rd Armored Corps, which is our most modern armored corps. They don't have medium armor yet. We still haven't built a single unit of medium armor, but that's acceptable. We can move our 3rd Army over to the island over here with Copenhagen on it, and then use it to either push down in this direction or up in this direction into Turkestan. Now, we are at war with Turkestan, we're also at war with New Zealand, but we're not at war with this country, which is apparently the Italian Social Republic. So it may be that we puppet Turkestan, and then we need to do a naval invasion up in this direction. Hope that they have a port that we can take that is big enough for us to be able to support an actual army. They only have 4 ports on this coast, and none on this coast. So that would be the only way that we would be able to do any significant naval invasion. The Dutch are currently being invaded over here by Eke, I believe. Eke, which is interesting. I mean, it let us dock our ships there, but we are rebasing them over here. And I guess at this point we're just we're in a holding pattern. We're letting Poland do most of the fighting, although they are fighting on a very long front at this point, so they may actually need our help. But in the meantime, we are going to consolidate our gains on this island, move our 3rd Army over here. I think that's our best bet. Even though it's under strength, that's actually a good thing in this situation, because this port may not be able to support a fully up to strength army. In fact, we may be pushing the capabilities of this fort anyway. So it would be in our best interests to take as many ports from Turkestan as possible. Galicia, no. You still can't have military rights. These two countries are at war with each other. They are trading land. It looks like Galicia pushed back Nigeria in the south and has been pushed back by Nigeria in the north. We have our armies lined up along their border and ready to take them if we deem that the time is right. I'm going to set them on attacking stance right now. Basically, we want to make sure that... Oops. There we go. We want to make sure that neither country gets pushed all the way to surrender before we declare war on them, so that we can get as much land as possible, and then we declare a war on the other one. So we don't need to face both of their armies down. We'll only need to end up facing one of their armies down, and it might be a weaker army as a result of that. Okay, at this point, I really don't think that Poland is going to have any difficulty whatsoever in taking the Netherlands out. Let's see what our war goals are like. We have puppet and install democracy. So once they finally capitulate, we'll have another new friend over here in the Netherlands, another former Axis member that flips sides and joins us. So I think that would be good. That does mean that we won't have destroyed their navy. So I don't know what sort of navy they will have, but the Allied navy will grow stronger. The Allied army will grow stronger if Poland can refrain from absolutely demolishing some of these units. The same thing will happen that happened with nationalist Spain, where some of their units will help us out, and they'll start turning their factories into production for our team. So we get stronger. You remember how the old diplomatic map mode used to look with basically only us and Poland against all of Europe. It's sort of flipping to our side now, which is absolutely spectacular. Now, one thing I am worried about is that Netherlands has significant amounts of victory provinces over here, especially London. It's worth 40 points over there. So it could be that we need to do a naval invasion over here just to force the Netherlands to capitulate. Bulgaria also has some land over here, but I'm not too worried about that. Basically, the entirety of the British island is ripe for our conquest. All right, we have moved the 3rd Army 9th Corps over to the central island here of Denmark, and I think we're going to leave the Netherlands for them. These two ranger brigades over here will be more than enough to prevent any crossings from the Netherlands, and I don't think they have the troops to really commit to any sort of crossing anyway. I would like to get a airfield, and I wanted to get that one, but we're not going to keep any of this territory anyway if we puppet the Netherlands, so I'm not too worried about grabbing any territory that we could actually want. Now, I may be interested in conquering some of Turkestan. I don't know, maybe. Let's see, if we add war goal, we can say that we want to acquire different territory. So we could acquire their territory in Denmark. If I remember correctly, they only have one province. Yeah, this one right up here in Denmark, which might not be bad. It might be nice to have a naval base over here, and we could expand it with aircraft. But I think that taking their provinces in the Swedish region would actually be better for us. Now, I can't actually show you which provinces are in the Swedish region because this game doesn't like to tell you, relevant information like that. But if you go into the region map mode over here, you see that all of these have the actual name of the region that they're in. Like this one's in Western Gotland. These ones over here are in Orebo, but they are all part of the Swedish region. And the regions with the little asterisk next to them are considered states in game, and those are the things you can declare your war goals on when you do the acquire territory thing. So if we said we want Sweden, we'd get all the provinces that are considered part of Sweden. Up here would be Norway, over here would be Denmark, and so on and so forth. So if we go into Turkestan, we are going to want to add war goals like puppet, but the war goals go in order of them being added. So first, we're going to want to say that we want Sweden. I do want to add this war goal. And then next time we can add a war goal, which will be next month, the 9th of February, we will say puppet. And then after that, we will say install democracy. And then it will all happen in that order. So we will go give us a state, become our puppet, and be a democracy. Now, if we were to say, full annex and then install democracy, obviously you couldn't install a democracy in a state that doesn't exist anymore. So you just sort of need to pay attention to the order that you are adding your war goals in. But I think we will take the forefront in taking over Turkestan, just so that Poland doesn't need to further spread out its troops. I think it's going to have enough of a difficult time with taking over Bulgaria. And apparently we'd taken a province down here? That's a little weird. I mean, whatever. Yeah, we'd said that we were going to use the Special Forces Corps down here to take over various islands, but that ended up not happening. We ended up repositioning to the north once we discovered that nationalist Spain was being a little bit of an idiot and just plopped his entire army down in our Greek colony. Yeah, this war is basically just stalemate at this point, so not too worried about it. Okay, attacking over a strait is always a big deal. It's always a problem. So we're going to want to ground attack as much as possible. They do have an air force over here. I'm wondering if maybe our medium range, which are still apparently based out of Istanbul, let's rebase them up there, and our tactical bombers, I think they might be able to reach all the way over there. If not, we'll just need to trust that our carrier air group will be able to hold their own and support our attack. We do have navy in the straits here, so they will be supported by the naval bombardment from these big guns. And another war. I'm not sure if that's one that we need to worry about, but it could be. And yeah, it looks like our air wings are already being just absolutely obliterated in the sky. Carrier air groups are not as good as interceptors, and they're outnumbered on top of all of that. So we'll just do as much as we can. Yeah, it looks like we need to tell them to just go back to carrier air group duty, and they'll rest and regain their organization. Very slowly, unfortunately. And now this means that they can bomb us. Good. Good. So they'll start doing damage to our ships while they're in port, which kind of sucks. Also, it's the middle of winter, so everything is going to happen really slowly, and this might be a really piss-poor time for us to start attacking over the strait. But we'll see. Maybe we'll be able to just punch right through. I don't know. I doubt it. Probably going to be it'll be a stupidly hard-fought battle. But you see, this the shore bombardment is actually reducing their defense modifier. So the more ships you can support your troops advance with, only along the coast, the better. They have a very skilled general. Our generals are, generally speaking, rank 0. The amphibious penalty is absolutely atrocious because these are not marines. They're not really meant to be attacking across straits. And the weather is further reducing our ability to attack. So this is probably just us really throwing our men away unless we can support it significantly with air attacks. And we can't. We simply can't do that. And they're going to counter-bomb us like they have been doing this entire time. So this is going to be a difficult and hard-fought battle. Why are we getting these provinces? I don't understand. Is that like the extent of Poland's claims? They don't want to claim anything. No, I mean, these aren't claims on Poland. I don't understand why we're being given those provinces. But we'll keep up the attack. We have knocked down their organization a significant amount. It is possible they'll bring up reinforcements, but at the same time, it's very possible that they won't. We can afford to spend our organization on this, and we have reserve units that aren't in combat yet. Speaking of reserve units, how about we bring up another corps? Not the armored corps. They will not be any good until we actually get onto mainland Swedish land. So we'll transport another corps over here, just more infantry units to rotate into the fight. And at the very least, this is getting our units more good experience. And we have really nothing to worry about from our behind because they need to cross the same strait, but we have elite troops defending that strait. Okay, let's check our range over here. Okay, our multi-role fighters can't get in there close enough from there, and they can't get in from there, but we could do a air superiority mission over mainland Sweden. That sounds good. And our tactical bombers, it looks like they have the same range. Yeah, okay. So we're not going to be able to directly support that straight landing there, at least not until Poland takes over an airfield down here that we can be based to. But what we can do is a little bit of strategic bombing. We can bomb their factories a little bit, depending on you know, how often we get engaged. No, it doesn't look like we're actually doing too well. How about we rebase our other multi-role up into up in that direction where we can actually be a little bit useful. Yeah, we are being engaged rather hard. We're going to need to tell our tactical bomber to go back home. They're just losing organization and planes without really accomplishing much of anything. These guys are actually engaging in some fairly interesting fights. They might... oh, they're going to need to go back home and rest now, too. I guess we can throw our other multi-role into the fray, but they have half organization. We'll break them down eventually. Well, maybe not. They have more planes than we do, is the simple fact of this matter. I mean, we don't yet have the range to use our regular interceptors in this fight, so... yeah, we're just going to tell our multi-roles to head home. We have located their navy, though. It looks like they have aircraft carriers here. It would be nice to bomb them, but we need air superiority for that. How are our men doing here? We're starting to lose organization, but so are they. It looks like they're down to about 30, and our first dude is down to about 30. Better tactics is always nice. Let's throw one more infantry division into this fight, just so that they can get into reserve, and maybe they'll immediately jump up there. That's actually pretty cool. That's wonderful. They are only attacking with like 6% efficiency. It is the middle of the night, so that doesn't really help at all. Alright, up to 12 now. The weather is not helping us. Yeah. The weather is, I think, our main enemy, but we are considered to be winning. We're up to winning. We're up to 8% now, rather than down a pitifully large amount. I guess that can be considered winning if you've got a weird example of what winning is. But yeah, this unit started with 10,000 men and it's already down to 8,500. This is going to be a very expensive battle, but it's a province that we need to push through. And yeah, if they stack that, it looks like we're going to need to break it off if they can stack that entire core on there. So we're going to need to think of different ways to bust across this strait, I think. Alright, we can actually build radar now. That's wonderful. We can research the technology so that we can put our radar on our boats now and on our fighters, which lets them detect the enemy much better, allows these guys to pick much better targets, and is all around a very good thing. We also have another unit of multi-role fighters that we can deploy, which is spectacular. These guys, who are now the 3rd division of multi-role. And I think we need another interceptor wing. We have 2 transports and 2 naval bombers being built. Yeah, we have a dramatic increase in our number of air bases. We need to follow that up with a similarly dramatic increase in the number of aircraft. So I think significantly more interceptors would be a good thing. Luckily, their reinforcing forces are being slowed down, I think, by the horrible winter. These guys have been moving there for a significant amount of time. It may be that we win this battle and get across the strait before they can really do much of anything about it. But I doubt that. Everything is really balanced in their favor at this point. Really a skill 1 max general? Really? How? He's been soaking up all the experience this time. And Oh, and they this is one of the better tactics if you research it. Tactical withdrawal. It basically squishes the front down to half of its normal width. So while we used to be able to fit 4 divisions on the front, now we can only fit 2, and one of them is about to completely run out of organization. So that was a good roll of the dice on his part. But we do have more infantry that can join the fight, including one more that we can throw in. And the game just crashed. Well, I apologize, everyone. I guess this is one of the dangers of playing with mods, but the game did crash, and it actually ended up corrupting my previous save files up to about 3 videos ago. So rather than go through and replay all of it, I think we're going to call this playthrough done. It was originally intended as a let's stumble through, so I sort of think that if you've watched the videos all up until this point, that you have a fairly good grasp on how to play the game, what most of the mechanics, if not all the mechanics, have to do with each other. And I think with that said, we've accomplished the goals we set out to do. So once again, thanks all for watching. Keep an eye out for more Hearts of Iron 3 in the future. I don't think we'll be playing with the random mod for the next match, but I'm thinking we'll actually play vanilla, and I'm leaning towards France more and more. I think that would be an interesting playthrough. Maybe we'll do Germany if we want to go the normal route, but stick around. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and have a good one.